Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the Shifts and Pucks news pack for Monday, March 14th. Of course, you can follow us on Twitter at Shifts and Pucks, Facebook.com Shifts and Pucks, YouTube.com Shifts and Pucks, Twitch.com Shifts and Pucks, as well as wherever you get your podcasts. As it is Monday, we will be doing our Canucks talk live this evening, 6:30 Pacific, 7:30 Mountain. It will not be me hosting. It'll be Sean, Tyler, and Chris, as I am calling a play-by-play game 3 play-by-play Greater Vancouver Canadians, Valley West Giants, and BC EHL U18 action. So the times clash. I won't be able to make it. Actually, the game should end as it starts, but it's just where I will be. And in terms of getting this all together, it'll probably easier for me not to be on. So we'll leave it in the capable hands of Sean and Chris and Tyler as they touch on Canucks topics today. And they'll touch on some of the other news of the Heritage Classic, the Austin Matthews suspension, which we'll touch on a little bit here as part of our news pack, as well as other things that are going on here. Of course, the Vegas Golden Knights are stumbling a bit right now, so it'll be an interesting week here of news. What's going on there? Also injuries as well. So, but let's get to the 3 stars of the week. As well, we'll start with the Austin Matthews suspension. That's the bigger news, as he's been suspended 2 games with yesterday's game at the Heritage Classic, cross-checking Rasmus Dahlin in the face, and he that was late in the third period. Matthews was assessed a minor penalty for cross-checking. He will also forfeit $116,402.50. That money will go to the Players Emergency Fund. It was the prediction of Tim Peel, reading his article in Daily Faceoff, that this would be 2 games, and that's exactly what it was. So Austin Matthews missing 2 games for the Toronto Maple Leafs, as he's been suspended for this week for those 2 games. As terms of the 3 stars of the week, the there are Patrick Kane is the number 1 star of the week. He had 9 assists, 10 points in 3 contests, as the Blackhawks got a pair of victories. He had 5 assists and 6 points in an 8-3 triumph over the Anaheim Ducks on March the 8th. And then he collected 1 assist in a 4-3 loss to the Boston Bruins. And then he also had 3 assists in a 6-3 win over the Ottawa Senators. So that's Patrick Kane's week here, and he's the 1 star. Jacob Markstrom is the 2 star. He stopped 76 of 78 shots. He's 3-0 with a 0.67 goals against average, 9.747 save percentage. He got his 9th shutout of the year, one behind Mika Kiprusoff's club record of 10. And then, of course, he made 19 saves in that 3-0 win over Detroit on Saturday. And the 3rd-star Anders Lee of the New York Islanders. He scored at all 4 of his outings. He had 7 goals. He opened the week with 2 straight 3-point performances, one against Colorado, and then his first career hat trick against the Columbus Blue Jackets on March the 10th. And he also reached the 20-goal milestone for the 6th time in his career in the 5-2 win over Winnipeg on March the 11th. So the 3 stars of the week: Patrick Kane, number 1 star; second star Jacob Markstrom; 3rd star Anders Lee. Some injury news to tell you about. We'll touch on the Flames and Canucks week here. Well, Canucks here, Pettersson's out day-to-day with an upper body injury. He did miss yesterday's 2-1 loss to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Bruce Boudreau said last night that that is day-to-day. We also, of course, the Canucks schedule this week include a game tomorrow as Jack Hughes comes to town to face brother Quinn Hughes on tomorrow. And then the Detroit Red Wings come to Vancouver on Thursday. And then the Flames and Canucks play on Saturday. The Flames, they had a couple of other news, by the way. Adam Ruzicka was sent down to Stockton. Connor Mackey has been called up. Michael Stone played both games as Oliver Shillington is day-to-day with an injury as well. Their week includes the Devils on Wednesday, the Buffalo Sabres on Friday, and then in Vancouver on Saturday. So those are the news. That's the schedule going on for those two teams. There's just one game in the NHL tonight, and that is the Arizona Coyotes taking on the Ottawa Senators. The Coyotes, of course, coming into this game uh, in the bottom of the Western Conference standings, as they've been for most of this season, as their record is just 18, 36, and 4, 40 points, still sitting in last place in the West. Ottawa coming in with a record of 21, 32, and 5 for 47 points. Both of these teams are pretty far out of the playoff spot, but that is the one game this week or tonight. By the way, other news in terms of injuries, Gabriel Landeskog will be out indefinitely with a knee injury. He did not play in yesterday's game. He's a 30-goal scorer for the Avalanche. He will have surgery. He's expected to have surgery today. His last game was that 2-0 loss to the Carolina Hurricanes on Thursday. We also have Connor Murphy that was placed in concussion protocol. He was injured in the first period and taken out a stretcher on Saturday. Unfortunately, hopefully he will be okay. That's injury news from the weekend. And Boone Jenner is also out as he will be out with a lower body injury. He leads the Columbus Blue Jackets in goals and points as well. And he's hits week to week. He was injured on Saturday in the 3-2 shootout win against the Minnesota Wild. Trey Fix-Wolansky was recalled from Cleveland to replace that spot on the roster. And Mikko Koivu, number 9, was retired this weekend in that 3-2 loss to the Columbus Blue Jackets. So, in terms of standings, and one other thing I want to touch on, of course, the Calgary Flames continue to be in first place heading into this week, 79 points. As they finished at 5 games and 7 a night stretch with a 3-2 record. The LA Kings are 5 points behind with 74 points. They came off that 3-2 shootout win yesterday over the Florida Panthers. And the Vancouver Canucks are sitting at 65 points with a 2-game losing streak. Here, they did get the single point against Washington on Friday, and then the 2-1 loss to Tampa yesterday, but they're 3 points behind the Vegas Golden Knights, who have lost 4 in a row and have fallen to the second wild card spot. And as well, just to the WHL has their players of the week usually out at this point, but that's not there. So we'll touch on them tomorrow when we do our news pack. But other news here in regards to the OHL, the Niagara Ice Dogs are under investigation, but from the OHL. According to a tweet from Rick Westhead, Niagara Ice Dogs owner Bill Burke told me he can't comment on an ongoing OHL investigation of some team employees using inappropriate language in a WhatsApp group chat. They have reviewed screenshots of chat, and the language is profane and explicit, awaiting word on league sanctions. There was news, of course, with the Flint Fireheads as well last week that they expelled. They had that situation that the OHL, from the Flint Firebirds, OHL investigated President Terry Christensen, and he's been expelled from the OHL for inappropriate conduct. So another investigation going on in the OHL. So that is the news, the hockey news for today, Monday, March the 14th. Of course, you can again remind us we are live today, 6:30 Pacific, 7:30 Mountain. Sean, Tyler, and Chris will be manning that. Tyler's going to give some thoughts on the officiating as he is a referee himself, so watch out for that. Watch out for the word of the week. That will be on Mondays and Wednesdays podcasts. Follow us all individually. Sean Beardy Connect 03, Tyler TNOBLE, Chris Schneids, SCHNEIDZ, Devin Gordhow 09. He should be back with us on Wednesday. I am KEBULE, Shifts and Pucks on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, as well as always forget the Area 51 Sports Network, and subscribe wherever you get your audio. Thanks everyone for watching and listening, and we'll talk to you all very soon. Bye for now.